Welcome back to the Maximum Blackness Podcast, where you get max to the black. I'm here with my girl Testa today, y'all.
Woo woo, I'm happy to be here.
Of course, I am your host, Annie Herb, and today we got us a good topic for a little midweek episode. Don't we,
Yes, we
Testa?
do.
We got
Yes,
some
we
good
do. Cause
topic today.
yes, we do. I think everybody needs to have this conversation in a relationship.
I said everybody
Everybody.
had this conversation.
Hey,
Everybody.
hey.
It's a family
Alright.
conversation, okay? Get your
Yeah.
kids, get your man, get your friends. It's a
And
family.
put your thoughts in the comments.
That's right. Ooh, bomb. That's right. Testa, put it in the comments. Y'all heard her?
Yes.
Now this
Cause
post here, it says my daughter is upset with me. I would not let her get seconds because I told her I need to make sure my boyfriend eats, and he may want seconds as well. He provides the food, so of course I'm gonna make sure he is taken care of before anyone. Period. Point blank. Now how y'all feel about that?
I disagree. I disagree. I disagree. I disagree.
And why do you disagree, Testa? Tell the people. Tell the black people.
Yes, because a lot of this surround in black households from what I've seen. And at the end of the day, the kids ain't asked to be here, number one. Number two, they really didn't. Number two, y'all gonna ate 30 years of y'all lives. These children are growing babies. And they eat over and over. They hungry. They frustrated when they not hungry. They showing out when they not hungry. They gonna curse your ass out when they're hungry. And eating is a part of a peace of mind. Point blank, period.
Damn sure.
And at the end of the day, I don't give a damn. This ain't even her husband. This ain't the kid's father at that. Okay, now.
But he provides the food, and he's your boyfriend. Now, how long he's been
tapping that coochie too.
No,
He tapping that coochie too. He tapping that coochie too.
I don't know.
And your point? No.
Don't know.
I don't agree with men eating. I don't agree with the parents eating first before the kids. I never have. I never will. And I don't agree with, especially when this ain't your children's father. This is just somebody who can show up, go out, and never come back again. Because the father can be deadbeat all day long, but they'll come back 40 years later. But this boyfriend
was beating it.
But the boyfriend, I don't agree. And FYI, y'all think about how all these kids running around rampaging is because y'all don't put them first. That's a part of putting your children first. And they see that.
Man, that's why you gotta cook double. If you gonna cook, I always try to cook double for me and mine.
So it won't be no leftovers.
This child is gonna want to eat again, and my husband, he damn sure getting a second plate. I don't give a fuck what it is. My husband gets a second plate. Okay, I'm gonna fix a third if it's enough. So you gotta make sure you fixing enough. So after this incident, me personally, I would have made sure that I cooked a good lump sum.
No,
because the older, maybe she's just coming to that age where she started wanting seconds too, though. Because my daughter, she didn't want seconds at first. Like it was a while before she just now started getting to the point where it's like, oh, I want more. So I mean, maybe she just
the mother took
1 seconds and she didn't make enough. You know what I'm saying?
She actually put, my daughter is upset with me because I would not let her get seconds. I don't know if this is the first time or third time that this has happened. But at the end of the day, he should go buy enough food if he putting food in the house. If you want to play man of the home,
the one doing the shopping.
But at the end of the day, when it boils down to the kids, and I've seen this, I know this firsthand. If you don't put the children first, and when I say put them first, I don't mean clothes, I don't mean shoes all the time, I don't mean materialistic stuff. Kids think about the small things. They want to know that you love them, and feeding them is a part of their love. Making sure that you are hugging them, that you are saying, hey, this man in my home, but I can still spend time with y'all. And a lot of parents don't even do that no more. They go in the room, locked up in the room with their boyfriend, not the husband, boyfriend, and then they leave the kids out there in the other room and never spend time with them. These children react off what the parents are doing already. So if she is upset that her mother is not feeding her seconds, she has every right to be. Every right. And when she start acting out and cursing your ass out, don't ask why.
She do. You are so correct about all of that. Everything you just said is A1 correct.
Somebody actually put, I wouldn't have worded it this way, which is at the top of this, but I do agree with her. Anytime there's leftovers, I do tell my kids to make sure my partner doesn't want seconds before I allow them to eat the rest of it. Hell fuck no. Hell
That's
no,
why
he
you gotta
starved.
cook enough, because you know if you damn sure putting your foot in that food, you know they're gonna want seconds. You gotta make sure you cook
Ooh.
it. Just make sure
If you
that's
ain't
my
cooking
only
enough,
resolution to this is to cook enough. You need to cook enough.
because you should never show more love to the man than you do your children. Now, one thing I have heard from multiple women, I think even Jada Pinkett said it at one time with her husband, which was she feed him first and make sure the kids eat next. I've heard this from a couple of women though.
But that's how it was in the household growing up. Daddy got fed first, and then mommy fed us.
And it may have been that way. I don't even remember, because I was always in the kitchen anyways, eating while she cooking. But at the end of the day, women who do that, I've heard from women that they feel like when the children get grown, they're gonna be gone anyways, and then the man is still gonna be left there if y'all make it.
That ain't even true. That ain't even true.
Because no matter how bad your children is,
probably gonna leave you faster than them kids. But it depends on how bad you treating them kids too, because you know. That's just my opinion. That ain't even true, because I be thinking about all of that shit. Like you never know what the future's gonna bring. Yeah, my daughter could grow up and move to Timbuktu and leave me alone. My husband can do something and leave me lonely. My husband can choose to leave. I can choose to leave. You never know where you're gonna be. Like we all think we're gonna, be where we are in the future, and even better. But you just never know, man. Like,
but at the end of the day, I'd rather feed my children and know that they can come back at any time than to feed a man and know he can leave me and never come back. Because that's really how it works out.
And depending on how old this child is, I mean, I feel like this is maybe an 8 or 9 year old. I hope it wasn't even if it was
teenager.
Like, I can understand telling my grown child that, honestly. Like, if you ain't been living here for a while and you just over here for you gonna have to you got what my man need, someone from up in here.
Morals, rules, or whatever gonna change with the children gone.
Yeah,
but if you are under. Yeah, but if you're younger in age, then this ain't right, because it is not. You should never show that. I don't care. Even with the father, I just feel like the father should never be treated more differently than the children, because the children, those are children. Those are fucking children. They are going to show their ass the moment that you start to show that this man is more important than you. When you love a man more than you love yourself, this is shit that you do.
It definitely is. It definitely is, because we all just want to be loved, and we're taught that we need love, and we should all be married and have kids and this, that, and the third. Like, love is not what we should be living for. Like, there's more out here to just being loved and hurt all the time, because that's all we do. We get in love, we get hurt, we mad, we going through all these emotional cycles. We need to just learn how to enjoy other things in life. Like, I really do be telling my daughter, like, you need to, when you grow up, try to travel, explore the world. Don't be trying to be locked down. Like, seeing that, but don't be trying to take anything too serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, trying to coax her. I don't want to say, well, yeah, I'm trying to coax her for real, so that she ends up in a better position, or at least live a little bit longer than what I was able to before I had her. You see what I'm saying? So, if I could get her to that point, like, hopefully she could just, travel and live a nice little life before she decide to get married and have kids and be tied down with all this bullshit. Because these relationships is taking us through emotional cycles that's fucking with our mental, and we don't even talk about that shit.
We're not even mature enough at this age to even go ahead and let something, like, you got to be really mature to both parents to say, hey, this is our family dynamics, because that's really what it boils down to, is the dynamics of the family and how they're going to treat their kids. But Judge Mathis could have said some of the best things that I feed my children every day, and it ain't about the food. When I say feed them, I feed them words, and those words is, men ain't serious. And some females these days ain't serious before the age of 35, but men, because women fall in love a lot more quicker, try to make things work, build a family, want to get married, blah, 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 before a man does. But men are not that mature to want to even have that. They want to go out there and figure out what pussy takes. Don't mean pussy. Feel like
it depends on the person, because now that's because I knew I wanted to. I knew when I was before 30. I knew, but was that meaning? But should I have necessarily been trying to pursue that? No, I feel like some people know, but maybe we should have taken more time to be free and for life or, you know, do other things because like you like I done have my feelings hurt so bad trying to be in love. It don't make no damn sense, okay?
You know, and
Like
we all do stupid stuff.
and like you be thinking like, damn, I'm this age now. Like, look at what I did with my 20s, and like we keep telling these 20-year-olds and these children that's growing up, take your time, live life. No, bitch, go work on getting some fucking money.
Yeah, go get some money. Girl, I tell my oldest that all like, go worry about your money. Don't even worry about these boys. Go worry about your money.
Dynamics. Yeah, that's right. Speaking of family dynamics, though, do you remember these nights like this? Do you see the screen? Hold on, like this, where cousins, aunties, uncles, everybody sleeping in one room. You ain't got no choice. You like y'all here. It don't matter whatever. Just we here. That's it. You remember that shit?
Girl, yes.
Your family, if your mama dropped you off, that was it. And give a fuck what you wanted to be that night.
Cousins, aunties, uncles, they all in the day.
What this picture is, they're saying that the older generation, you know how they, well, because we definitely know how they used to get together and have parties. They always want to be around each other. Like they feel like family is, you know, that's their strength or whatever, I guess. Even though they argue and talk about each other like cats and dogs. Got it. They was talking about how our generation, we don't get together like that. We don't care to really be all in each other facing this, that, and the third. And they asking the questions as to why it's such a different dynamic. And to me, I feel like all of this was forced. I didn't really like, I love my family, but I didn't really want to be at their house every other night. I wanted to be at home in my damn bed. I want to be at my house. I want to be at my parents. I didn't want to be in my cousin's bed or in the bed with 2-3 of my cousins every other night. Like I feel like a lot of family reunions, a lot of family get-togethers for kids when they're younger is forced. We don't necessarily want to be around these people because our parents want to be around these people. We have to be around these people, and that's not fair.
And sometimes they don't even want to be around them. Much like our mother, she was just helpful people. You know, that helpful heart that she has. But I must say, I don't even think you might have been the most aware out of all of what we didn't want in the home. Yeah, we don't want them there, of course. You know, that's our peace being taken away. But it was more, we were still, you know, still building off the 80s and the 90s, even in the years of before 2000, around the year of 2000, 2010. Yeah.
And they forced it on us. And this generation that we're in now, like, we're not allowing that shit. Like, you know, I'm not going to force my kids to be around you just because you're their family.
But this is why it's not being allowed.
Just because you her family. I'm not finna force my daughter to stay the night at your house just because she your family. Like, no, all of that, like, a lot of that really why me and mentally, and like, I could have done without it.
And that's exactly what it does. I think parents need to realize, and this is firsthand experience. Parents need to realize the price of peace. And I mean, for yourself. And I say it all the time on the podcast, for yourself and for your kids. Because once you're uproaring at home, thank you. Once you uproar that home and that peace, that uproars your kids. That uproars you. You're now yelling.
Don't care about their kids' peace. I pay the bills. They don't pay no bills. I do this. I do that. Okay, but you brought them. You the one that was humping and bumping, and you brought them up in this motherfucker.
Yep. And it's not a bill. You gotta, with people with 3 kids, hell, the peace gonna be uproared anyways. Some of them kids gonna turn out just, you know, ratchet, bad, doing whatever they want to because the parents ain't grown enough to say, hey, this is what needs to be done. But if you adding on to that with family members, that is just the worst. Because children can't function in that. They got to go to school the next day mad because they can't get into the bathroom, brush their teeth, wash their face, can't put on clean clothes.
That's picking on you, or maybe you got that's not nice to you, but you because your parent forcing you to be here, you got to deal with that, and you don't realize how that's damaging to a child.
Yep, and
that's damaging mentally.
This day and age, we have to realize we have more resources and jobs. So yes, our generation, I must say, like the late 80s and the early 90s babies like us, we are now more mature to say, yeah, we're not going to do all this. Yes, most of our family, we have a huge family, has moved out of state. That is our generation because of peace. We know what peace of mind. Oh my gosh. I mean, you even have to stay with us, but we know we're going to go around your ass and it's not going to be peaceful. So at the end of the day, mental is important. And if y'all don't want these children out here doing F, Y, and Z, then I suggest you bring some peace into your life and take out all the bad.
Stability. I feel like that's unstable.
It is a part of stability. It really is. When
It's
you
very
move home to
stability
home,
because, like, you gotta go. Like, you got your kids at this cousin uncle house. You got your kids at this auntie uncle house. This cousin house. Like that's why we don't get together. Don't ask why the generation now don't get. We don't want to get together. Y'all forced us to do it enough when we were kids. Like, just because we're family don't mean we all fit in. Don't mean we all need to be together.
Love you from a distance. Here go the next thing you have to add into this, though.
From a distance.
Because I've lived and got to see different parts of the United States in some sense, very smart people, but I've seen the difference in moving from the South to the Midwest. Okay? And hear me when I say, and we're going to talk more about this as we go on with these family podcasts, because it's very important to realize where you live at, whether it's from city to city, state to state, county to county, it makes a difference in what parents are actually in their mind, or at least in society, is able to do. If you was to stay in, for instance, Florida, it take 3 jobs to live there. So yeah, some families gonna have to stay together and make that shit work. But if you come to the Midwest, you don't need a whole family staying with you. You can find your peace. You can find your mental mind, make sure your kids is okay to some extent. And it may not be the best of the world. We ain't wealthy, we ain't rich, but you ain't poor, and your kids is in peace. Because of the surroundings and how each state is different. Each city is different. It's not just necessarily Florida. I believe if you move to different parts of Florida, it's actually some counties you can live in. But you got to be able to put them kids in the right schools. You got to be able to put them kids in the right surrounding of areas to where less drug activity, less gun action.
And the stuff, make sure that you actively in their life. And I don't just mean making them breakfast and fly by. Like, you need to make sure you're talking to your kids, steering them right from wrong. Because y'all be taking these kids, again, from these wild-ass scenarios of dealing with their family only and putting them in the real world where everybody else expected them not to act how they act with their family, or just rambunctious. Mm-hmm. Y'all need to get that together. All of us need to get together because hey, we all out here raising kids. Make sure that you're in your child's life before you start forcing them to be around other people or allowing them to interact with other people in that manner.
Yep. Rape was really big back in the 90s, the 80s, and they never, families are supposed to learn, especially black families are learned to never speak on it. If something happened,
hide it
they'll hide it. And so now, instead of parents saying, I'm going to hide it, I'm going to just make sure that you don't have to go around it. Or if you're put in that situation, they just don't know how to deal with it because they grew up a certain way. It's really, it's sad, but it's resources out here to get the help for you and your family, one way or the other. So then peace can be in your home. And please remember the number of children you make. Every time you make a child, you reset your life as an adult. Please remember that.
Think about that.
Please remember that. You ain't grown until your last child turns 16, technically. Especially if it's a boy.
I'm done. They're going to be thinking about, what the fuck she mean? They're going to be like, these some dumb bitches. Y'all
don't worry, we'll talk about it again.
Think about that. But yes, don't be forcing your kids to be around your family just because they family. And make sure that if you're going to have a boyfriend in the house, that it's enough for everybody. Don't neglect your kids for your man, and don't neglect your man all the way.
Thank you. And if you got a helpful heart, put a time limit on it.
At least neglect your man over your kids, okay? He'll be all right. He's an adult.
Yes, all the time.
Of course, come through and max you to the black again.
Boom, boom, boom.
We're going to be back for your weekly podcast on Monday. Like and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. I mean, we're building the website, so we finna be out here soon. You got anything you want to say, Testa?
Yo, keep showing us love. That's all we want. Like, subscribe, listen to us. Just keep showing us love, because y'all have been showing us love, and we appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Comments what you want to hear. Comment, even if you just want to say you hate the show. We'll take that.
Yeah, we like controversy. Come on.
All right, we out.
Bye.